Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tayler Yarish Show. We are here. We are live from Epstein's beach house. If you're on the video, notice the pink backdrop. That was for the kids. What can you do? Maybe you don't see the video. I don't know if this is going to work out. Still don't have my other SD card, so can't record on my camera. None of your business. Inside baseball. Speaking of baseball, I just learned that I suck at at baseball. So as you know, I play baseball every Sunday, and I thought I was pretty good. I knew I wasn't the best at hitting. I knew that wasn't my strongest. Those weren't. I didn't get the best marks in hitting, but I thought I was like okay. And then I saw a video of myself recently hitting, and I swing. I look fucking, what's the correct term? Mentally, incapable, I don't know. Retarded. I look retarded, when I swing a baseball bat at a baseball. When I'm warming up on the side, I feel like I got a nice little swing, but dude, when that ball's just whipping at you, I'm like, my feet are all wrong. I just look, I look all kinds of fucked up. And a friend of mine was like talking with the rest of the baseball people separately, and I think the consensus has been formed that if I could be one of the best players out there if I knew how to hit correctly. And boy, did that just check me right in the ego. I mean, I had to meditate on that for a good while. And they're not wrong, because your boy can field, okay? So if I just knew how to hit a fucking ball, I didn't play it growing up. I don't know the techniques, the ins and outs. Oh, the ball's coming in high, so I gotta, that's a bad, but I don't know what a good ball to swing at is a bad, but I can't tell when it's coming in, if it's gonna be outside, you know? I don't know how to do that, so I just fucking swing at everything as hard as I can, and, I also don't have a good swing. Also, as you know, my back is effect, so I don't have good thoracic mobility. So I'm like, am I swinging? I'm not like, my spine isn't really getting a nice rotation. My hips are all fucking jacked up. I'm a mess, So what can you do? Almost in the last year of my 20s, so it's all down. I mean, I feel like it's always downhill. At what point? I guess everybody's peak is different, but like, what is your physical peak to where it's like, all right, now your body's, I feel like it's like 27 when your body just starts slowly breaking down, I hope I'm not at my, I mean, I'm 28, I'm 29 pretty much. I hope I'm not at my peak, which I probably already am, which is sad. But some people peak when they're like 30, 2 or some shit, with everything that they can do. There's no way it's going to happen. I mean, my shoulders and upper back and the whole back, it's all fucked. It's all messed up. What can you do? Not much about it other than just, you got to stretch and you got to numb the pain with drugs and stuff, which I don't do, Wouldn't it be just so much better if you just did it? I wish I didn't know what, like, ibuprofen and Advil and all that shit did to your liver, because I'd probably take them a lot, and maybe it would help. It probably would, but it doesn't, it just masks the pain, right? It doesn't actually fix the problem. It just masks it. But I'm okay with that. I do that with everything else, in my life. You just push it down, and that's what Advil does. It just pushes it down, except it's actual physical pain, and then you just put it on your liver. And, what do I care about my liver? I should care about my liver. It's been, I don't know, last few weeks I probably drank more than I should. But it's the summer. That's what you do. You go out and you make mistakes, and you you say you're never gonna do it again, and then you do it, and it's fine. But yeah, I mean, you got to do it while you can, especially in New York. You get 2 weeks of good weather, and then it all goes to hell, you know? I saw this meme. It was like there's 12 seasons of summer. It's like winter, false spring, actual spring, fucking second winter, and then, you know, fucking summer, hell's front porch, false fall, actual fall, third winter. I forget all of them, but it was funny. Um, yeah, man, New York's fucking. It's so weird, you know. I mean, it's always weird, but like, I don't know. Like the masks are getting up again, you know. People are worried about I don't know anything about monkeypox, like other than what I hear comics talk about on stage, and half of them are like, "Oh, it's only gays get it." Is is that true? I mean, all I heard was that if you get monkeypox and you're straight, you might be gay. That's all I heard. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's the science. That would be funny if that was the whole science. They're just like some guy in a lab coat came out, you know, to a bunch of reporters, like, all right, our findings indicate if you get the monkeypox, you're gay. I feel like the most New York, just bro. It's like, is he even a scientist? I don't know if that guy works here. I don't know. He's got a lab coat on, but he's got a Guns N' Roses t-shirt on underneath it. I don't know. I think if you get the monkeypox, you're gay. Oh, also, if you're still worried about the COVID, you're gay. So you got to get the monkeypox vaccine. What a horrible name, right? Fucking monkeypox. I don't know. Nobody actually, even the gay dudes, I like from my, you know, light research, and by that I mean just listening to gay comics on stage talk about it. Nobody actually seems to care about it. You know, they're worried about it. They got bigger fish. They got AIDS, HIV. Is there a difference? I think there is. I'm pretty sure there's a difference between HIV and AIDS, but I don't know what it is. But there's always, like, especially in New York, there's always something coming down the pipe of, like, the new thing in New York to try and scare us is they're just saying shit's in our water. Because for the longest time, forever, we've just been walking around, dick swinging, like we got the best tap water in the biz. And I still think we do, but now they're just, every day there's like a new article of like, oh, there's fucking, you know, arsenic. New York Times, just yesterday, arsenic found in the water at a New York City housing complex. The Jacob Riis houses. I was just there. That's where we played baseball out by, oh wait, no. Jacob Riis, wait, what? In Manhattan's East Village. Well, Jacob Riis Park is by Rockaway, so why are the Jacob Riis houses? Dude, who's Jacob Riis? He's fucking cleaning up, huh? Anyway, they found it in the water supply at this housing complex. I kind of have this stand. I'm like, just stop testing. Just don't test it. You know, like, who cares? A little bit of arsenic. Honestly, maybe that's why our water tastes so fucking good. Because we just got, you know, we got the sugar, spice, and everything nice of tap water. And yeah, maybe it's got some stuff. Of course, dude, of course it has stuff in it. It honestly doesn't make any sense to me why New York City has the best tap water. We should have the worst tap water. Doesn't that make no sense? That like the busiest, most congested, disgusting city has the best tap water, but Flint, Michigan is the place where everybody's fucking dying from the water? Doesn't that make no sense? Wouldn't you think that in beautiful Michigan, I don't know if Michigan's beautiful, wouldn't you think that like they have like fresh mountain water, like I don't know if they have mountains either, but you would think that they would have the best water. Like, why do we have the best water? It's like we got the best pipes. All our pipes are from, like, you know, pre-World War II. I had to get the wall in my last apartment, like, taken down because one of the pipes was, like, leaking and the whole thing had just rusted over. And it was, like, that's a different pipe you're telling me than what's coming out of the faucet? It's got to all be it's got to be all one intricate system where it all goes to the same place, right? So maybe we just found that, like, that is more likely to me. The fact that we found the right amount of levels of shit to put in the water to make it taste good, not necessarily the best for you, but it tastes the best. But like honestly, that's what we're about in New York City. We're not, the most like we want to have the best shit, not necessarily the best shit for you. You know, just the highest quality of taste, of experience. It is also, it's like, it is weird though. You would think that the city would be like maybe incentivized to have shitty tap water, so then people will buy bottled water more, or like the Brita industry, big Brita, paying the government to put shit in the water so that everybody buys a Brita. Like, is that a far-fetched conspiracy? I don't think so. I mean, I don't have a Brita because the water's good. Although recently, and I'm gonna get shit for this probably, but I was at the grocery store, and I have an issue with buying bottled water, and I'm not in that I'm against buying bottled water because of the environment. That's not it at all. It's just that, like, when I'm out, like, I fucking hate carrying the water canteen thing, because it's like, I have one that's only as big as like just like a regular bottle of water, and then I have one that's like a fucking 2 liter. I don't know. It's a giant ass one, and it takes up all the room in my bag, and there's no healthy, like middle ground. So I just end up buying like a bottle of water from like a fucking bodega or something, and it's like $1.50, $1.50 here, $1.50 there, and it adds up. So I was at the grocery store, and dude, they had a case of 40 waters for $5. So you know what I did? I bought 2 of them. Sorry, I bought 2 of them. They're like big pallet looking fucking things, and I threw them on my bike, and I drove home. And now I have 2 gigantic cases of water and that is my drinking. I'm doing an experiment, okay? I'm doing an experiment because I also feel like, because it's annoying to drink water and find water when you're out and about, that I'm not drinking enough water. So it's an experiment to see if I'm actually drinking more. And you know what? I am drinking more water. So is it, do I care about my health or the fucking environment's health? Okay. The environment, listen, I'm still recycling the bottles. Go fuck yourself. Okay. So I don't know what you want me to do. I need to drink more water. Why don't you just stop being a little bitch and just carry on the thing? Yeah, I could do that, but I don't want to. All right? I don't like taking out a giant fucking, thermos thing like I'm playing in the NFL. It's ridiculous. I don't like carrying it around. I'll have a backpack, and that's like literally, that's most of the thing that I'm carrying. I have like a notebook, my computer, and then a giant thing of water, and I have to throw it on my back? No. So I don't like doing that. I'd rather just pop into a place and buy waters. And so now what I do is, dude, it's really, I really feel like the way I'm living is like, just with this case of water, it's like the cheapest way to feel rich, oh fucking dog outside. Yeah, because like it's right next to my bed, so I'll wake up and just crack a water bottle, crush it, crack another one, crush it. That's 2 down. Boom. In the fucking recycle. Calm down. What happens when you recycle too? Everybody said, like, oh, you shouldn't drink bottled water. It's bad for the environment. It's like, all right, well, what if you recycle it? Does that not cancel it out? Like, isn't the whole point of recycling that it gets recycled? Or is it that it somehow hurts the environment? Like, in order to process all the recycling, it somehow hurts the environment. But if you're reusing the shit, what does it matter? It's just a long form thing. The way I look at it is I'm using a plastic water bottle, right? I crush that, throw it in the recycling, and then that goes off to the plant where shit gets recycled and made into like a pencil or whatever. And you know what? Those people who work at the plant, they need jobs. So I'm creating jobs out in the workforce. I'm stimulating the economy by drinking water from a plastic water bottle. Also, I'm helping myself because I'm drinking more water. And yes, I know this probably sounds ridiculous to anybody who doesn't live in New York, but like you don't have you always have a fucking backpack. And like does it make sense to me that it's an issue to carry around a giant thermos, but it's not an issue to throw 3 bottles of water in a backpack? Does that make sense? Maybe not. But listen, I also for some reason, this is going to sound insane, but like, or I don't know, maybe not to you, but like, I find myself, I'm more likely to drink water depending on what it's coming out of, like depending on the spout, if it's got a good spout or not. Like, I don't like shit out of like a thermos where it's got a straw you gotta like suck out of, but it's not just a regular straw. It's like I don't know how you describe it. It's like a square looking thing with the hole in the middle, and you've gotta. I hate those thermoses because you suck on them, but then there's still like air that's coming through somehow, so it's not just pure water. It's like air mixed with water. So then you got to do that thing in your mouth where you squeeze the air pockets out before you swallow, because I'm terrified that if you swallow, like that's how you get the hiccups, because you're swallowing air. None of this is backed by science, but it's just how I feel. All right, it's the same amount of science behind the monkeypox means you're gay. And I'm okay with that, all right? I'm really just giving into the whole living in ignorance is just better. It's also more fun to just be like, that's probably the way that it is, you know? We all did that. We all did that throughout the whole pandemic. Even though the scientists were like, the masks are help, they're doing something, we were all like, even if you were a staunch fucking user, in the back of your head, like, you had to be thinking like, I don't know if this is like 100%. I don't know if this is like 100% doing anything. You know, you're like, I can fit my hand up through the mat. Like, what? With the air can't get there? I don't know. We don't got to fucking talk about the masks. But anyway, yeah, they're putting shit in the water. There's arsenic. There's always lead. It's like, yeah, it's in a lead pipe probably. That's how it travels. If you want to get the water around the city, you got to deal with a little bit of water. There's more mice than there are people. There's probably rat shit in the water. Whatever you got, whatever's in there, keep doing it, because it tastes great. It's the best water in New York City. I mean, I go out to eat, always still water. So yeah, don't change it. They're already changing enough in the city. Don't change the one fucking good thing about the city. It's but it's like starting to fucking, I don't know, they're bulldozing all the those outdoor dining things. They're starting to crush those, because people like, dude, restaurants are just using them as like a storage unit. You go by, they're like locked up, and they got like leftover. They got like tables and chairs and shit, and you know, cleaning products. It's like, what is this? It's the one good thing that the mayor's doing. Is knocking down those things. I don't know. The mayor's a fucking goof. He's a fucking lunatic. Anywho, yeah. So down here in Virginia Beach, it's good to get out. It's just like calmer down here. There's fucking trees and shit. There's no trees in New York. It's kind of annoying, especially where I live. I live in the middle of fucking nowhere. And it's not even people that like walk around, you know? Okay, there are people that walk around, but they're only the people that are like directly in my neighborhood, if that makes sense. There's not, there's not like a foot traffic for people. Nobody visits my neighborhood, I should say. I got a buddy who will like, this is how he tries to meet girls. He like goes around, he'll like go to like the East Village or something, and he'll walk up to girls cold. Like he'll just like they're walking in a direction, he starts walking sort of with them, and he just like will try to strike up a conversation and talk to them, like hit on them. And I don't know if that, I mean, he says it's clearly it's a numbers game. It's in numbers because most people are gonna not fucking talk to you or not want to talk. But every once in a while, somebody will stop and have a conversation. I guess the goal is to get their number. And it's like, isn't that, it's so weird, the rules on like catcalling, because if you just walk, if a lady is walking and you're kind of walking along with her and you then talk to her, that's not catcalling. That's like, I mean, it's not going to work, but it's socially acceptable. But if you're standing still and a woman walks by and you say something, that's catcalling, and that's fucking verbal assault or whatever the hell people will say. That doesn't make it. It almost seems like the other one would be worse because you're walking with them, You're like following them down the street. And, but then again, it comes down, dude, fucking looks are everything. We judge everybody by the way they look, the vibe and shit that they're giving off, how clean you look. Because I'm not like a physically imposing person. So I imagine if like I was walking next to a woman and I started talking to her, this is again, I don't know. But maybe she'll feel uncomfortable because I'm a stranger, but she's not going to be in fear. I don't think I put people in fear for their life. But if you're bigger, you're a little more scraggly looking, maybe you got a lazy eye or something, it's not going to work. It's not going to go, you're going to prejudge that person. Isn't that what prejudice is? Let's get to the heat of it, the meat and the potatoes. Like, isn't prejudice, like, we are all prejudiced on some level when it comes to ugly people. Like, if there's one thing we can unanimously say in this society, it's that we hate ugly people. No, we don't. We don't hate yes, we do. We subconsciously don't like ugly people. And I feel like that kind of, it somewhat makes sense. Like, I don't think you should treat another person differently, like if you know them and all that. But like just your gut reaction to somebody who is ugly, it's like it's way worse than to attractive people. I mean, just that's the word. This is attractive and this is ugly. Like, I will naturally look at more attractive people before, I'll look longer than I will if you got, like a fucking snaggletooth or something, and then your nose is all fucked up, or like, I don't know. It's like I don't know how to help that. Like, especially when it comes, catcalling it. Like, I don't catcall. I don't catcall. I've never done it, and I will never do it. But I will stare at you. I will look. And I don't know if it gets better than that. I don't know if that's better, and I don't know how to fix it. It's the best that I can do so far, okay? Because I don't know how to stop. It's a reaction. It's an instinct. Like, our brains are wired. This is like dude trying to defend catcalling and checking out women, but like this from my own self-assessment, like, my brain and my eyes, they dart to shiny things. They dart, and the skin is glistening on you. Like, I'm saying you look good. If I'm staring at you on the street, you look good, or you're a threat. Those are the only two options. But I see both sides. I feel for girls because you ever like, like if you live in New York, you ever like walk behind as an experiment, you ever like walk right behind a really pretty girl? You can kind of see her perspective on how people look at her, and everybody looks at her. Like every guy just right out of the corner of their eye, like at the last second, right as she passes, they look. A lot of dudes turn around. A lot of dudes turn around. Like they have no idea how many dudes are actually turning around because they never turn around. It's insane. And I can see how subconsciously that'll fuck with you over time. And I'm not like, they're not exactly equitable situations, but like me as somebody who's like short, it definitely has affected me over my life just from from my vantage point of viewing other people and how other people view me. Like it's through no fault of their own. Like when people interact with me, they look down at me. You're looking down and I'm always looking up. And so it definitely creates some sort of subconscious fucking thing going on. So if you're walking down the street and thousands of people, if you're like a really, really pretty girl, if thousands of people are looking at you, you know, you feel different being leered at. You're like a zoo animal who's free, you know? You're like a zoo animal who like, you know, because people talk to the animals at this. You could just cut this clip and I'm just comparing women to zoo animals. You know, chicks are like monkeys at the zoo. But that's like how it feels. But I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fucking fix it. Because like, here, this is the selfish thought, is that like, I don't think it's right. I don't like that every dude is staring at you. I think all those guys should stop staring at you so that when I stare at you, it's not weird. Does that make sense? Like everyone else, that's my selfish. Everyone else is ruining it for me. They're all staring at you, and they probably have bad intentions, but I don't. I'm just here to do a quick look, and then you be on your way. I don't have the devious thoughts always of, you know, like I'm just, you wore the pretty dress, and yes, I know you wore it for you. I'm wearing this for me. No, you're not. But you're not wearing it for you. Really? Did you dress up like that during COVID, right? Were you wearing fucking 6-inch heels and your cocktail dress around the house where you made eggs? Go fuck yourself. So you are wearing it on some level for attention. You just don't want everybody's attention. You want that fucking guy in the corner office's attention. You want, you know, your friends to say something so that they like you better, so that you don't get pushed to the outside frame of the picture when you take the group photo. I get how it works. I get it. I understand. But you can't, there's no way to weed out who you're getting the attention from. If you're dressing for attention from somebody, you might get it from fucking everybody. New York's a big place. You know what I mean? So, again, I don't know how to fix it. I'm going to stare at you, but I won't say anything. And I don't know if that makes me better, because I want to say something. I really do. I felt the urge. I probably have more self-control than most. I'm not going to say that. But a lot of people, especially in New York, there's crazy fucking people out there. So I've looked at somebody and been like, wow, that's the most beautiful there she is. The most beautiful person ever. And I've wanted to say something. I've felt that feeling in my inside. And it gets right up about here. And then I just shove it down and I just keep it walking, you know? But there's other people who probably have, you know, less, their blood pressure's probably lower because they have the feeling, they have the urge, and they don't suppress it. They just like, you fat ass, you know? They just let it out. And that's a freer way to live, honestly. Like, no, like, it's like, they're like babies. Babies don't have anxiety. They don't have fucking stress. Because they don't suppress anything. They say what they feel. They want to cry. They cry. They just let it all out. You ever, like, that's why babies crying, it's so they're so free in the way that they cry. They just like scream out loud. You ever seen an adult cry? It's pathetic because they're still, even when they cry, they're still trying to. They have like short breath. No, just, you gotta fucking just let it out. You gotta scream. And even when we do scream, we gotta scream into our pillow so people don't judge us. We're so fucked up, dude. We're so fucked up. We gotta get back to being like babies. We gotta scream out loud. We gotta say nice ass when we see the nice ass, and we're all gonna live much stress-free lives. Much more stress-free lives. You know what I'm saying. All right. I don't know if that's my prescription for, get off the drugs. Don't take drugs to lower your blood pressure. Just say the woman has a nice ass when she's got a nice ass. You know? Or whatever you want to do that. I'm just saying it might work. Is it selfish? Yes, it is. But you got to be a little selfish to get ahead in this world. So do what you wish. Folks, it's a podcast this week. If the video didn't upload, I'm sorry. I had to do it on my phone, and it doesn't sync up with the other audio. It doesn't matter. But if it's not up, I apologize. Just know that I fucking tried. That's the podcast this week. We had our Yarbar show past Wednesday. It went great. We're not going to have another one till the 28th because the fucking venue sucks. And if the venue's listening, you're great. They're not listening. So, yeah, it's going to be the 28th. Lineup's not announced yet. But, hit me up. If you want to come see me do comedy, I'm doing it fucking every night in the city. So just come on by, hit me up, slide in a DM, like a photo, share a reel, subscribe, all that horse shit. I'm on TikTok now, so send some love that way. And that's it. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.